Live guys, welcome to another live stream from Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph. Today we are talking about motivation and being fired up outside your brain to do the things that you know need to get done in order for you to get the life that you desire. That's what we're going to talk about today. I'm excited. I'm really fired up. And the reason why, man, I woke up at 4:30 this morning, partly because my son said, man, I hate going to sleep at night, man. I hate it. And I'm like, bro, why don't you just wake up early instead? Come on, man. And so I said, I'll wake you up at 5:30. Sound good? And he's like, all right. And I wake him up at 5:30. I put the light on, and he's like, uh, and I'm like, should I turn the light off? And he's like, no. So he wakes up and he's ready for the day. So this is what's going on in my house. And well, actually, I woke up at 4:30 because I wanted to sell. I'm selling right now, and it fires me up. I love to make money because the more money I make, the more good I can do with the world. So what are we talking about? First of all, I want you to see the long-term picture. I want you to understand who you will become in the future. What you see right now is not the big picture. What you see right now when you look at yourself in the mirror, when you look at yourself, doing a video or whatever it is, that's just you right now. Do you understand who you will be in the future? Because the more you work on yourself, the more you overcome rejection, the more you overcome struggles, and the more intelligence and light and understanding you get about this beautiful system that God has given us, the better man you will become, the more masculine you will become, the more like God you will become. Understand that He is our Father and we're created in His image. He is a Father, we are His sons, and because we're His sons, guess who we get to be one day? We can also become fathers like He is. It's important to understand this concept of who God is and what we can become in the future, because it just makes sense out of life. Or else it's just life is a bitch and then you die. That's a really warped mentality to have and not really a nice frame to start from. If you understand that, yes, one day I can become who He is and have the joy and happiness and expansion and the capacities and the powers that He's got. Because He loves me, He wants me to have the same thing that He has. Just like me as a father, I want my son to live an even better life than me. And the more knowledge and wisdom I can pass on, the more he's going to become like me and better. Do you understand how the system works? You understand that perspective, then life becomes exciting, life becomes fun. It's like you understand the long-term perspective, and then you understand that it's all about enjoying the now. It's enjoying the now and then making the now exponentially better because you know what the future has in store. Does that make sense? Like, I just like to put this in perspective for you so that you see that this life is not just this life. This life is just the start. It's just the beginning for you to create the eternities that you desire. I know this is kind of like a little bit different than what you get from other motivational channels and, semen retention channels, but this is what fires me up, outside my brain, like I talked about, because I understand it. And because I understand it, I'm ready to go. Okay? Like, this life is about motivation. If you don't know why you're doing the things that you're doing, you're not going to be motivated. Life is just going to simply be hard for you. Once you understand the big picture, now you actually love the hardness. You love the problems. You love your issues. You love everything that's going on because you know that there's always a solution. See, God wouldn't put you in a circumstance that you cannot solve. And if He does put you in a circumstance that you cannot solve, he's giving everyone else an opportunity to understand, oh, so that's what we should have done. So if someone dies, right, then everyone around that person realizes why he died, and now they can prevent those deaths in the future. And in this way, we continuously evolve on this playground called life to become like God is and to create heaven on earth. I love this concept. I love life. I love death. If you understand the concept, then positive things become exponentially positive, and negative things also becomes positive. Suddenly it's a win-win situation. I win no matter what happens in my life. Whenever I fail, it means that I'm learning, and if I'm learning, I'm winning. So if I'm winning, life is fantastic. You see what's going on here? You exponentially increase your self-worth when you know that everything negative is actually a positive. And you making it into a positive thing is a choice that you make up here because of the long-term perspective, because you understand what's happening. Understand that women are not able to do this. Women are now creatures. This is why they're not capable of being all the time positive. And if they do manage to be all the time positive, either it's because they're in a perfect environment that has been created by a masculine man who's providing and protecting this woman. Then she can be in the now and enjoy the now forever. This is what we're talking about in Three Girls in Love. Or she's faking it, right? And she's faking the positivity to the point where she exponentially will decline. Because being fake as a woman will not bring you joy and happiness. So when I'm happy consistently over a long period of time, even though my mother is like, are you sure you're happy? Are you sure? What's going on? Really? You can't be happy all of the time. Trust me, I'm happy 98% of the time. And if I'm not happy, it's because of monogamy, right? Monogamy, because it takes away my capacity, my motivation, my solution orientated mindset. That's what monogamy does. I know that Three Girls in Love would continuously and consistently keep me at a 10 in terms of a happiness level, because life is fantastic, right? Monogamy creates a limited capacity. Anyway, for those of you who don't understand what Three Girls in Love is, I'm just going to briefly explain it because you don't know what I'm talking about. Three Girls in Love is responsible polygyny, where one man is creating a family unit with three women, and those three women love him together, but they also love each other and live in harmony with one another because the man takes the blame. Very simply put, that's what the concept is. And if you don't know what it is, then check out Girls of High Value on YouTube. That's my other channel. Or Three Girls in Love, at Three Girls in Love on Instagram, and you'll understand what the concept is. It's very simple, actually, and it works very easily, but women don't understand it because they're in the now, and they don't see the long-term picture of what Three Girls in Love can do for them. But that's our job, to help them to see that perspective and have the standard of that's the only kind of lifestyle that we accept. If any girls are interested in us, sorry, I only do Three Girls in Love. What's Three Girls in Love? Well, this is what it is. And they're like, oh, no, sorry, I'm not interested in that. Or there will be other girls who are like, what? I've never heard about that. That's interesting. Once they understand it, once they see the value that you can bring to their life, they will come along and they'll be amazing. So anyway, going back to what I was saying about motivation, I love being motivated outside my brain. And if you understand the long-term perspective, and if you understand the goals, having goals in your life, and then working towards those goals and actually accomplishing milestones along the way and getting wins on a daily basis, if not an hourly basis, that's what life is all about. We as men want to win. And if you have power and you exponentially increase your power, and power, the definition of power is the ability to do, then you continuously win. If you continuously win, then why wouldn't you be fired up outside your brain? Right? Doesn't make any sense to not be fired up outside your brain if you're winning. But you got to win in every single area of life, right? There are some people who like become massively successful and they're still depressed. The only reason why those people are depressed is because of the relationships in their lives. Understand that relationships is the end all of our lives. Relationships, people. If you don't have great relationships with people, it doesn't matter how much money you've got. It doesn't matter how much success you'll get. You've got to have fantastic relationships. That's where it starts. That's where it continues, and that's where it ends. And if you've got that, that's when life is absolutely fantastic. The reason why you're depressed, if you are, is because you don't have good relationships with people. And if you do have good relationships with people, you just don't feel that they're invested in you. The reason why they're not invested in you is because they don't have capacity. Understand that all people really, in general, are good people. Some of the people that are evil are simply misinformed, or they have they feel that they're doing the right thing, and the right thing is destroying other people. Okay? Everyone is good, they're just misinformed. The moment everyone becomes informed about what the truth is, everyone is continuously happy. Everyone understands the trials and tribulations that are necessary in order for us to understand what life is all about. So, moving this to having a daily motivation where you are right now. You understand the long-term picture, but how do we get over our mindset right now? Because the reason why you're struggling and don't have motivation right now or are depressed is because of your lack of self-worth. It comes from other people very often. The more feminine you are, the more your self-worth will be derived from other people. This is why women very often care about what other people think. And they don't have capacity to not care about what other people think. They're designed in a way so as to care about what other people think. The more feminine you are, the more you remain a child, the more you will care about what other people think. The more you become like a man, the more masculine you are, the more secure you'll be in yourself, the more self-worth you'll have. And because of that, you actually really won't care about what other people think, because you know that they're misinformed. And if they're misinformed, then who cares what they think, right? I only care about the people who can give me what I want. If they have what I want, I care about what they think because I'm trying to create a win-win situation. If they don't, if I care about what other people think and it's not giving me the lifestyle that I desire, then it's a lose-lose. Because I'm not getting what I want from people, right? Maybe they're the wrong people I'm trying to get something from, and then these people don't like me, nagging them, or like in sales, for example. If I'm talking to the wrong person, I'm not going to get the sale. That's why I'm going to have tons of options. And the more options I have, the more probability I will have of finding the right person to buy my product and create a win-win situation out of it. I'm not forcing anyone, right? I'm not putting a product that I don't believe in on anyone. I'm selling a product that I love, that I desire to sell, that I know creates value in other people's lives, and then I simply look for the people who desire it. That's it. And then when we do create that win-win situation, they're fired up outside their brain because they exchanged their value for what they wanted. And then I get the value that I wanted from the thing that I sold. Selling is awesome. It's fantastic. It's how we grow the pie. Instead of it me taking money from that person and giving him something that's not valuable, that's not how it works. God created a system whereby everyone can be fired up outside their brain about a trade. I have something in abundance, and then I give it to other people. And then I get something that I have a lack of in my life in return. Amazing. How does that work? And then he got more abundance, and then he gives away something that he had an abundance of. And we both got richer because of it. Oh my gosh. Capitalism. It's amazing. So anyway, so this is what fires me up. This is what motivates me on a daily basis. We had one of our guys, Ahmed. And he said, oh, how can I enjoy the now and balance that with the long-term building of a business, and that's difficult and that's hard, and it's difficult to enjoy life when you're completely focused on business all of the time. I've been thinking a little bit about this in order for me to explain how that works, because when I'm 100% focused on business, and then I get to reward myself sometimes because, you know, like, what's the point of me making all this money if I'm not enjoying myself, right? That's the excuse that people use very often if they are successful. And well, actually, when they're not successful, that's the excuse that they use. Like, oh, I work a job and then I enjoy myself the rest of the day. Bro, do you know how much you could enjoy yourself for the rest of your life if you simply did what you actually enjoy, if you actually give tons of value to other people, and you exponentially grow your finances in such a way that you can actually just massively buy the things that you desire, but also buy the things that you desire for other people and help them out to find solutions to their problems? That's motivating for me, to know that the better I am at my craft and my profession, the more the world will give me what I want, and the more I'm giving the world what they want, and that makes both of us happy, right? If you have a lack, then figure out what that lack is. Why do you have the lack? Ask the question, why? That's the question that will solve every single problem in your life. If you're unhappy building your business, why? Why are you unhappy building your business? It doesn't make any sense. And that means that you're doing the wrong things if you're unhappy. So you need to talk with the right people who have what they want, who have the business that they love, and who can share with you how to find your way, if that makes sense. Another aspect of it, once you are building your 8 to 10 to 12 hours working every single day building your business, or having a job to create the funds that are necessary for you to survive while you build your business, or while you're studying the things that are necessary for your business to succeed, semen retention is necessary. Because the one thing that creates the least motivation in your life is when you've just ejaculated. You just ejaculate, you are done. You're not motivated anymore. You don't want to do anything. You just want to sleep. You just want to get your nutrition back. I don't really care about anyone or anything. I've ejaculated. I'm done. That's a problem. That's why semen retention is the first step on your journey towards creating the life that you desire, because you will continuously, constantly be motivated all of the time, because the main um, that's the main feature or benefit of semen production. It was put in us for motivation. Mostly 80% of it is motivation. Actually, it's like less than 1% of the semen production that is in us is for us to create babies, or a lot less than that. How often do we create babies in our lives, and how often should we create babies in our lives? We're talking like, if you are absolutely amazing, you set up a 3 girls in love family, okay, maybe you'll have 10 or 12 kids. But other than that, why else do you've got sperm, man? Why else do you have it? It's for motivation. Okay? The reason why you're producing millions of sperm cells every single day is for you to feel life, is for you to feel excited about life, is for you to be motivated. And when you're ejaculating it out, you're not doing anything. You're literally putting yourself in a ditch and demotivating yourself on a daily basis. No wonder guys get depressed and demotivated exponentially. It's an exponential decline by basically wasting your most precious resource for motivation into the toilet, into the shower, on your bed sheets. Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense. Once you've gotten past 90 days of semen retention, you know exactly what it is that I'm talking about. Your brain will be working at its optimal rate. Your hormones, like your dopamine levels, everything will be working optimally, because when God created you, he designed you perfectly to survive, to be healed when you cut yourself, to basically do everything that needs to get done in order for you to become like him. Okay? And sperm production was a very important part of it, so that you can have the same motivation that he has. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense. If I'm not making sense, then comment down below, bro, you're not making sense. So let's see. I've been trying to wake up at 5 a.m. Okay, cool. That's awesome. I highly recommend that you pick a time that you're capable of doing every single day. The only reason why I woke up for 4:30 today was because it's just an extra thing today. I just need to catch up on some selling. Other than that, I'd probably just wake up at 5:30 and I'd be happy with that. For other guys who are like, bro, I wake up at like 10 or whatever, then start with 7 o'clock. Anything beyond 7, it just becomes ridiculous. Okay. Go to bed at 11, wake up at 7. Okay. And if it's past 11 where you are right now, just, go to bed straight after this live stream. All right. Men of high version lifestyle, baby. Yes, sir. Day 15 of semen retention. Fantastic, man. Awesome. What motivates you to upload to this channel? I'm curious. After finding your channel, I've been waking up at 6 a.m. on day 10 right now. Fantastic, man. The reason why I'm uploading videos to this channel is because I know the truth. Like, once you know the truth, your joy and happiness bubbles so much over that you want to share it with the world. That's what happens when you experience true joy and happiness, and you know that you've got the uh, potential answers that can help other people to feel the same way that you do. Okay, when people are depressed, they want other people to be depressed. When people are happy, they want other people to be happy. Why? Because we love company. And if we're depressed, we want company in our depression. And if we're happy, we want happiness. That's why it's important to be very selective about the people you spend time with, because you will drown or go up with them depending upon where they're at in their life, right? So you've got to be very specific about who you spend time with in your life, because you're the average of your 5 closest people that you spend time with. So if you spend time with me on the Men of High Value channel, bro, you're going to be exponentially growing in terms of happiness, in terms of finances, in terms of your health levels, and in terms of understanding the woman, which is probably the most important thing that you'll ever do. But that comes after you've set up your financial situation. Yeah, it makes a crazy difference. Why do you think that semen retention isn't promoted mainstream? Because I didn't know about it till recently. The reason why it's not is because men are feminine. That's why it's not spread. And when I say feminine, it means that they're products of the now, meaning that they don't see the long-term perspective. They don't see what semen retention can do for them. Semen retention has been an important part for millennia of millions of men, okay? And they've been practicing this because of religious purposes very often. But when you understand it from a non-religious perspective, it's like, wow, how come I didn't know this before now, And the people who are not on it either don't know about it, right? Because you didn't know about it, and other people maybe are not sharing it because it's they feel awkward about sharing it with other people, or there's simply guys who just like that's what I'm basically thinking, that it's not part of the mainstream because guys love to ejaculate. That's pretty much the reason. But those guys that take things to a whole nother level, they do amazing things with it. When it comes to like athletes and stuff like that, I know that there are athletes that don't share uh, that they practice semen retention. The reason why is because they don't want other athletes to be competing with them. They want to be the best. And because of that, they have that extra edge of practicing semen retention that allows them to compete at a higher level. So there's part of the competition too, right? I mean, if you create an amazing business model, but you haven't managed to create a copyright on it and all those things, you don't really want to share it with other people, do you? Right? So for top athletes, top businessmen, for them to share it with the world, they don't want that, because then other guys would be competing with them. But for me, who's not up there, and also me understanding the crucial aspects of semen retention, and what it will do to the world in terms of helping men to not be needy. Like, I just have to share it. It's very important. I'm not afraid to admit I'm still in kind of beta phase of my life, but I'm definitely becoming more masculine. Fantastic, man. It's good to hear. Hey, bro, like, we all have to understand that we're all feminine. Okay, like, there's no excuse to it. I'm still feminine, man, like, continuously. However, and monogamy is a big aspect of that, by the way. But in order for you to understand the long term, once you understand the long term, it's okay for you to be feminine, in the sense of, I'm okay with being feminine because I know I'm continuously growing towards becoming masculine. So if guys are basically mocking me or teasing me for being feminine, who cares? Because I know that I'm exponentially growing faster than them, because I don't care what other people think about me, right? Obviously, if they're mocking you for being feminine, right, they're basically showing that they're still feminine. So on this channel, sometimes it might seem like I'm mocking you for being feminine, and that's not my intention at all. Okay, because I know my feminine weaknesses. And I just, I just want to come from the standpoint of, bro, we're in this together. We're all moving towards masculinity, but at least we know about it. At least we can observe our feminine nature and be like, bro, next time I'm gonna be more masculine. Okay, I refuse to be feminine for very much longer, and we keep improving, keep progressing towards it. Let's see. But what about having sex when you want to ejaculate? Okay. I'm gonna repeat it once again. On this channel, we believe in voluntary celibacy. We don't believe in having sex right now. It's completely unnecessary. It's gonna distract you, and it's gonna increase your sperm production unnecessarily when you're not able to control it. Okay, so completely avoid women until you've got 100K in US dollars net worth. Most of you guys don't have that, so stay away from women completely romantically until you've set up your life financially to be prepared for 3 girls in love. That's what I recommend. So yeah, what I wanted to share, last thing, I want you to get fired up about working. I want you to get fired up about rejection. I want you to get fired up about the long-term picture of masculinity, because the more you shy away from rejection, the more you shy away from work, and I'd rather be lazy, and I'd rather try to do things my own way, the less you're going to become masculine, right? If you're at the gym, and you continuously shy away from progressing or doing something that you've never done before, the less you're going to be able to do it, right? And our goal is power, exponential growth in power, and power is the ability to do. And in order for us to achieve or do, we have to do the things that we've not done before, and do the things that other people are not willing to do. So most people are not willing to work 10 to 12 hours a day, right? 7 days a week. Most people are not willing to go through rejection. Most people are not willing to do sales. But sales is awesome, and progression is awesome, and making money is awesome, and getting bigger at the gym is awesome. You've got to embrace rejection, because rejection will make you more feminine temporarily, but it's going to make you massively, exponentially masculine in the long term. Okay, don't remain in your comfort zone. Get out of it as soon as possible by pushing yourself to the next level, but doing it not out of an emotional frenzy, I'm going to become masculine, but doing it in a way that can be consistent. Can you consistently do this for a long period of time? Because a guy who says, oh, I'm going to work 24 hours, okay, straight, and I'm not going to give up, obviously that guy is going to become feminine for a longer term, because he's not able to stop himself. Like, it's an emotion. That's why he's doing 24 hours. It's not because he's consistent, right? So if you've worked 0 hours for the last 2 months, then start with working 4 hours a day, right? And then you increase to 5 if you manage to do it consistently. And then you reward yourself, and then you increase to 6, and then to 7, and to 8. And you continuously increase until you consistently can work 10 to 12 hours a day every day. No excuses, and you build yourself up to 100K net worth in US dollars or more. Let's see. When can you ejaculate? You can practice semen retention when having sex, right? That's my edging videos. You should probably watch my edging videos. I don't recommend edging. Yes, I'm married. Yes, we have sex. Yes, all that stuff. But for you who's not in a long-term committed relationship for life and you're just sleeping around, stop it. Stop it. Get out of that. Okay, there's no purpose for you to be doing that when you've got other goals to be focused on. And if you are still wondering why, then check out my other videos because I've gone through it again and again and again and again. So that's what I want to share with you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. Fire it up and make things happen. Yeah, I'll just last thing. What to expect on 1 year of retention, Joseph? Not much if you're not working. Okay, like, I mean, it's amazing, but really it's like once you get past 90 days, your motivation has hit a plateau unless you begin to do the other things that will take you to the next level. Like if you don't embrace rejection and you're only doing semen retention becomes so easy. So it's kind of like, okay, the first 30 days of semen retention is really hard, right? So your muscles are growing. There's going to be a growth pain. You're going to struggle to get past those 30 days. But once you're past those 30 days, it becomes easier. Once you get past 60 days, it's even easier. Once you get past 90 days, it's like semen retention, man, no problem. It's like, it's ridiculous. How was it difficult in the past? Do you understand that now it's so easy that if you're not taking it to the next level in the other areas of your life, then you're not growing, you're not progressing. So that's why I'm like looking at people who've done, like, I've done 2 years of semen retention and they still have a job, that I'm like, you're like, what are you doing? Like, you're not really on semen retention unless you've created your own business and you're massively growing 10 to 12 hours, like you're working 10 to 12 hours a day. Right? Because working is service, and service is masculine because you're getting value back in return and making it in a passive way so that it continuously comes to you, if that makes sense. So yeah, put the work in, make things happen, and understand that when you're past 90 days of semen retention, I'm not amazed anymore of how many days you've done. I just want you to get past 90 days, and then who cares how many days you've done after that? Now, like, you are supposed to start working a lot from day one of semen retention, right? You're supposed to work yourself up to 10 to 12 hours of work every single day while you're on semen retention. And when you're past 90 days, you'll see the results, and that will motivate you even more. Anyway, that's what I want to say with you guys. I'll talk to you again in 2 days. Every 48 hours, that's pretty much when I do my live stream. So hope you tune in again then. See you then.